should be acting in your estate plan? That is a question that comes up a lot when I meet with clients. Hi, I'm Claire at the Yanowitz Law Firm, where we help people protect what matters most. So when I'm meeting with clients, I have to ask them, who is going to be acting on their behalf at various times in their life. So we look at two key times. First, what happens in the event you're incapacitated? Who's going to take over managing your financial affairs, your legal affairs, like filing your taxes for you? And who's going to make those medical decisions? And then the second period of time that we look at is who is going to take over when I am dead. Who am I going to pass the baton to pay my final bills, to file my final taxes? And then who do I trust to distribute the property so it's in accordance with my plan? And oftentimes these are real tough decisions for people. And when I talk to clients about this, I say that, they should consider various different things. First, you want to make sure that you name someone that you trust. Because ultimately, if you name an untrustworthy person, legally they have a duty to act in your best interest, to meet all sorts of laid out obligations, to act in your best interest, not theirs. But ultimately, the question is who's going to enforce it if they don't do that? And if it has to be enforced, that means usually your family's suing each other, and that's a situation nobody wants to have. Nobody wants to have litigation after they've died, and people suing each other because somebody misappropriated funds. So you want to name someone you can trust. And then oftentimes I get a lot of questions about, what if the person that I want to name doesn't live close to me? My child lives far away in another state, maybe in another country. Is that okay? And I say that it depends. Okay. So it depends upon the child somewhat. A lot of things can be handled electronically, though certainly not everything. And so if the child is comfortable with signing things electronically, with PDFing copies of things and sending them over, faxing them, or sending them through secure messaging, it can work well. If the child has the ability, they're at a time in their life where they have flexibility, where they're able to travel here and manage things, that also can be helpful. I think with a healthcare directive, it's not required, but it's more helpful if the person is close by, because it can be hard to get a sense of what your medical needs are if the person who's acting on your behalf lives very far away. And if they don't have the flexibility in their life to come visit you and scope out the situation, that can be a problem. So that's something to consider. It's also important to name someone who is knowledgeable. So someone may be extremely trustworthy, has flexibility in their life, but maybe they don't have a lot of experience with managing money. Maybe they don't have medical experience. And so maybe you don't want to list that person because while they're a wonderful person, they just don't have the experience managing money. Now, I want to mention that even when you have someone act in your power of attorney and healthcare directives, they can hire professionals to help them. So if someone, for example, it doesn't have a lot of experience managing money, it doesn't mean that they can't hire like a certified financial planner, a CFP, to help them with that. You can hire an accountant to do the taxes. So it's not that they have to take on every single role. They can hire people to help them along the way. These are various different things you should consider when thinking about who is going to act on your behalf when you are not able. It's a really, really tough decision to think about. The other day, I heard that stress is caused when you feel like you don't have any control. And I think I see that a lot when I talk to clients about this topic. The concept of losing control is very stressful. But something that I think is important when you're considering this is to put in the forefront that if you don't have a plan in place, then you actually lose the most control, because you don't get to pick who's acting on your behalf at all. So it's important to have a plan in place, to consider who will act on your behalf when you are unable, and that allows you to maintain the most control possible. Thanks so much for listening today. If you like this video and would like to watch more, hit the subscribe button, and you'll be kept abreast as we publish more videos on YouTube. Thank you.